Hi guys, this is the second video. I just finished making the first one, but like I said, I can't do more than 10 minutes per video in order to be able to upload it and not have any issues. So on the last video, I apologize for the blurring. I apologize for the whispering. The kids are still sleeping, and the blurring is just like I said. I'm not comfortable being on video, on camera, on photos. It's just me. It's always been me. But I do want to share what I've been through, and I want to share also, where I am now, and just to let you know, that even if you go through heartbreak, even whether your relationship was 2 years or 7 years or 10 years, you can still find peace. You can find, happiness after it. You can find someone that is going to be good to you. Okay, so that's what this video is about. So on the last video, I mentioned that, I got to my ex-fiancee's house at that time. After I called him, couldn't reach him, after hearing a message from this woman saying, that she was calling him from somebody else's phone, one of her friend's phone. So I got into the voicemail, and I called him and I said, you better be home by the time I get there. So I drove about 40 minutes. I got there and finally came home. And, what I found out was, I said to him, I'm not leaving until you tell me what's going on, what happened. So he acknowledged that he had cheated. He acknowledged that, that he got this woman pregnant. This was a co-worker of his that was married at the time, that had about a 9 or 10-year-old son. So this is someone that was, close to him at work, I guess. I mean, I never really bothered to go to his job because I wasn't thinking, that anything is going on. This is someone that, everyone looked up to, respected, and then, was getting together with this woman behind my back, behind the husband's back. But anyway, so I don't think I cried. I was hurt, but I don't think I cried. So I left. And after that, it was just like, I felt like empty. I had been with this person for so many years. And to not have that person to call anymore, to not have that person to spend time with anymore, it was difficult. On that time, I felt like I loved him. Now that I look back, and I've said this to my husband in the past, I don't know what it is. Maybe this is part of my disconnect, but whenever a relationship ended for me, and I started a new one, I just felt like I never loved anybody before. Like I love my husband, and I would never put our relationship, our marriage on the line over anyone. But looking at the past, I'm sure that I cared for the men that I was with, but I don't think I love anyone like I love my husband, so anyway, so that happened. I went through a lot. Trying to get over that. I had this coworker of mine that, I grew up with, basically in church. She's older than me. And she used to pray for me at my desk. I used to break down, I used to, at some point I printed Philippians 4:6, deliver me from my distress. I'm not great at reciting, Bible verses, but I know the Lord, and I know that my healing came from Him. I made some choices too, to move on from that and to not totally fall apart. You gotta do your part. You can't keep going back to thinking of the good times. What worked for me was thinking of how he must have been sexing this woman while I'm thinking he's at work, or while he's supposed to be at church. Who knows? But I just started focusing on everything that was wrong instead of reminiscing of the good old days, because the good old days were never coming back. So I focused on that. I decided to start dating. I started dating in August, which was basically a month after the breakup. I met some really nice guys that were looking to get married, that were handsome, that had it together, you know. I dated a guy that he was a lawyer, you know, but we weren't compatible. You know, for me, it's faith and believing in God is very important. And so we had different religions. And at that time, he wasn't too pleased with me visiting my newborn niece, and that was a red flag for me, so I let that go. The second guy, you know, he was nice also. He was looking to get married. He was probably in his early 30s. I was 29 at that time. But I just didn't feel a connection there, you know, and I didn't want to waste his time. So the way that I stopped contacting them was I just stopped. Well, actually, I changed my phone number because I felt bad. You know, I didn't want to keep leading them on, and I didn't want to basically telling them, you know, I can't see you anymore. Like, I felt horrible. So the easiest thing, which wasn't the nicest thing, I just changed my contact information. But so I met my husband in November 2007. Remember that this situation with my ex happened July 1st, 2007. You know, and I know that everything that happened for a reason. I was supposed to be with my husband. I was supposed to marry my husband. And my ex-fiancee at that time, we were so close to getting married, you know. And my mother once said to me that she used to pray to God, like, if this is not the man for her, let it not happen. Even if they're at the altar, let it not, you know, let her not go through with the marriage. And so it happened at the right time, you know. So like I said, I'm sharing this story to give you hope that good things can come from a breakup. You know, being with someone that doesn't make you happy, that's not good for you, that's not a good life. You know, a good life, you don't have to have all this money. You don't have to have the fanciest things. You know, you can have the basic, whatever you need, you know. Not everything necessarily everything that you want, but you want to be happy. You want to be happy with the person that you're choosing to be your husband, the person that you're choosing to be the father of your kids, the person that you're going to be with for the rest of your life, you know. So my decision was based on, you know, with my husband was he loves God, he's respectful, you know. He's looking for the same things I'm looking for, which is marriage, having kids. And the lady that used to pray for me at work, you know, she prayed for me 2 weeks before I met him. And we found out later that my husband had a friend praying for him. And it was also almost 2 weeks before we met. So we had two people, you know, praying for us, people that have relationships with the Lord. And like I said, I'm not here to push my religion on you. You believe in what you believe, and I respect that, and I believe who I believe in. So, but my faith did get strong after that. You know, a lot of things happened from the time that I started dating my who's now my husband, and I am gonna get into that. A lot of things that happened with dates. I was supposed to get married, you know, on May 25th. And turns out my son was due May 25th years later. So it's like God just replaced those dates with like negativity to like, this is what I'm giving you now. But my next video, because I gotta cut it off again, I will talk about, you know, the dating part with my husband, what I asked from him and of him in order for us to continue on, and what he asked from me also, of course. So I will be talking to you guys very soon.